Parks in the mountains of North Carolina are packed on weekends. There is no parking in these parking lots. Well, we are attempting to go to Crowder Mountain State Park, which is this mountain here. However, we kind of took our time getting out of the house and on the road. We took our time listening to car talk, missed a turn, and we got here pretty late. And so it's around noon and the parking lots are packed. So I don't know if we'll actually get to go there. And of course, as usual, there's a ton of dogs and a ton of people. And we're just looking at the mountain from this cemetery, which is a neat little old cemetery. We are at the visitor center, and the parking here is still quite overdone. Well, we found a spot. So we parked the car way over in the back, and the boys are in it while I go check out the visitor center. I assume they don't let dogs in the visitor center, but who knows. They're going to be the prettiest dogs in this park, we know that, so we'll head over there and see what that's like.
Are you in the bathroom? Okay, be careful with his
This is a pretty neat museum. Diorama. Talking about what's in the mountain. Timber rattlesnakes, significantly rare. This is pretty nice in here. Had to be a lot of work to make fake lichens. The woodcock, or timber doodle, hummingbirds, red-bellied woodpecker, beautiful indigo bunting. These are carvings, these birds. They're not stuffed birds like in some museums, but those are just carvings. Isn't that pretty? I'm getting southern. I'm saying, isn't that pretty? It's a pretty nice little, it's just one little room, really, but it's nice. Bathrooms inside and outside. Well, we're at Crowder Mountain, and as usual, we don't really have much use for trails, so we're taking a hike in the woods. Caesar's tracking squirrels and whatever else he can find, most likely skunks, but this is a pretty crowded place. I was talking to the ranger for quite a while. He was saying that it gets crowded year-round. Even during the week, it's pretty crowded. But he says it clears out around noon or 3 o'clock. It's a lot easier to get around. But we're just bushwhacking through the woods. Actually left the phone in the car, but we do have the GPS, of course. I always use the GPS. We always take GPS because it's just so much more reliable than the phone. The phone can tell you that there's GPS chips in it and that it's good for GPS, but it still has to have the data to get the map. Google has made changes in the last couple of years so that there's a little map stored, but not very much. It's really very little amount. So GPS, a real GPS for hiking, a backpacking GPS is a really nice thing. And of course right now, since I'm filming and following Caesar, we're going in who knows what directions. I don't know where we are at the moment. I can probably listen for the visitor center and figure out where to go, but the GPS is a big help to tell me where we started and where we are, so we can figure out how to get back. Well, stumbling through the woods, we found a trail after not too far. Again, we're at the visitor center at the Sparrow, I don't know what it's called, the Sparrow access point. So here's a nice trail. It's a real dirt trail. It's not paved for once. It's been a long time since we've been hiking. I think we're gonna cut off this trail though, because I think it's going back to the road. So let's go this way, guys. Come on. We'll go up and over. We are having fun. We're walking around in the woods. just kind of bushwhacking around. We're going all over the place, no straight line. We've gone about a mile, I guess. We're looking for streams, but there seems to be no water anywhere for the boys. Dakota's thirsty, so is Caesar, of course, but we're kind of following these ridges. Kind of interesting that these trees are, all these trees don't look that old. I wonder if this was all logged at one point, and then they turned it into a state park. I mean, there's evidence like down here. That's a barrel. I mean, this is way away from any road or trail or anything, so I don't know what the barrel's doing there. It's got to be there probably 30 or 40 years ago. But it's still nice to have a nice spot to get around in like this. Dakota is still trying to convince us to go back where we came from. Well, hiking a little further roundabout, we came onto another trail. It's a nice trail. And the prince is way down there. Come on, boy. I think we'll follow this one. The ridges that we were following were full of these pricker bushes. I'm not sure what these pricker bushes are. I don't know if they're wild roses or what. They have no leaves on them, but there's a lot of them all over the place on the top of the ridges. So they get in Caesar's fur and then he leaves them in my bed, so we're gonna avoid them for the moment. I'll have to brush them when we get back home. Apparently we stumbled on a trail that's kind of closed. I don't know. It's got this cable over it, but this seems to be one of the more main trails. It's got real markers, and it seems to have people on it. So we'll have to leash the boys. Come on, boys. We'll just go down the other way. We've been walking this, I think this is an access road. I don't think it's a real path. But we've been walking this access road and we came down this hill. We're in a little ravine here. And I thought that maybe this would be a stream where the boys could get a drink. But it's really amazing to me that most of the places that I've been in the Appalachians don't have running water like you do in New York and the Adirondacks and Pennsylvania. You know, you come to a little place like this and usually there's a lot of water kind of filtering out of the soil, and you don't have that here. I mean, there's a drainage ditch here and a culvert under this road. We're on the road. The actual ground is pretty dry. Must be it only gets water when it rains. And the soil on the east side of the Appalachians is definitely really solid clay. I mean, I guess it doesn't absorb the water the way the western side has more dirt that really acts quite a bit different. It holds the water and releases it slowly. It's got much more organic matter in it. So we are now at the Lynwood access point, and it is a smaller set of parking lots, two parking lots. And they expanded it last year or so, and it's got picnic area and bathrooms like any good state park. Got a field with some bird houses and stuff. Donation box. which people really should donate since this is all free. Map and an office with a... And this one has a dog water bowl. I should have brought the dogs over here. This is where we are, the Lynwood Road access. And if we followed this trail, we'd be up on the towers, the summit towers and overlooks. Unfortunately, we don't have time to do that today, and then the trail comes all the way down to where we were over on the other side with the visitor center and the lake. And then there's the trail that we were on up to the King's Pinnacle, which we didn't have time to do. It says it's about a 4-hour climb hike. And with the boys, they were too hot. And we didn't have any water, so we didn't have time to do that whole thing. So